Hey everyone, welcome back to the SpotlightMag.ca. I'm your host Jack Ross. Joining me today is actor, stuntman, and American icon Verne Troyer. Thanks for joining us.
No, thanks for having me.
So, just earlier this week you spoke in Central Michigan. They dedicated October 4th to 10th as Dwarfism Awareness Week. How did that go for you?
It went rather well, better than I thought it would. I haven't done a whole lot of public speaking, but I've done some, so it was just another experience, and they received it well as far as I could tell.
Now, is that one of the only opportunities you've had to speak on the subject or the matter?
Of my life, yeah.
Yeah. How else have you used your celebrity status to just help promoting and creating awareness for dwarfism?
Dwarfism, I promote awareness there, but I also have a lot of charities that I support. A charity, Best Buddies, that is a charity for intellectually disabled people. And then also Starkey Foundation, which is a hearing aid place where they donate hearing aids and just help out the less fortunate.
Cool, that all sounds extremely interesting. Now, what are some of the hardest issues you faced throughout your adolescence?
I mean, every day is a challenge. And sometimes, little things that you might not think about is a big deal for me, like turning on a light switch or opening a door or anything like that. And, every day is a challenge. I can't tell you maybe the most extreme challenge, but every day, everything.
Wow, I couldn't even imagine.
Well, it's me living in a tall world,
Yeah.
So that's what it comes down to.
It takes, I can only imagine, just a lot of strength and determination every day to just pursue. And
yeah, I mean, I don't know what it's like to be tall, so, that's, I don't know any different, so.
Now, as far as your acting career goes, well established and well documented, you've done a lot of different things. What motivated you to get involved in?
Actually, I just kind of fell into it. I knew that's something I wanted to pursue, but I didn't know how to go about it. And I grew up in a really, really small town in Michigan.
Yeah, that's right.
And we had one stoplight, and it was a blinking yellow. So that tells you a little bit how small it was.
Yeah, no kidding.
And, living there, you don't have the opportunities that you would in a larger city. So once I moved to Texas, I moved to Dallas, I found out a little bit more information and actually took some acting classes. And then, John Hughes called, and a friend of mine, and they needed somebody to be a stunt double for a 9-month-old baby, and I was the closest they could find.
Yeah.
So I just kind of fell into it.
That was the first gig, eh? That's what got the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty exciting. Speaking of exciting, you worked with Heath Ledger, one of the most influential recent actors I've ever found. And that experience alone must have been just incredible. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I got to meet him, like the first day I was in London. Terry Gilliam, the director of the movie Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, he had us all, come to dinner to, invite us to, London and just make us feel comfortable. And luckily enough, I got to sit next to Heath, and I was surprised at, how open he was. Open and just nice. I mean, just a nice guy. And he showed me a picture of Matilda, his daughter, and, it was just very cool. And, throughout production and working with him, I considered him a friend. I mean, the short time that, we've seen each other. And, he actually helped me out a lot in the film. There's a lot of things that, when you're doing a film where it's my close-up or whatever, and I'm supposed to be reacting off of him, most actors just have somebody else read it and go sit down or go to the trailer and go to sleep, whatever. But he would stay there and do his dialogue and act his dialogue, so that helped me, stay in my character and do my part.
So it has a big impact. He has a big
Huge.
impact, obviously, or had a big impact on the people that he was working with at all times.
Definitely.
Wow. Well, after his passing, tragic as it was, I mean, that must have had quite a severe effect on the cast and the crew. And was there ever a point in time where you guys kind of sat back and said, are we going to be able to finish this without him? And like, what kind of situations did you run into there?
When it happened, I didn't even think about the film. I wasn't concerned if it got done or not. I was just thinking how devastating this is. I mean, such a young gentleman losing his life so soon, and how talented. I mean, he won the Oscar for Batman, and you know, it's unfortunate that he couldn't, be there.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
It devastated a lot of people, and for me, Terry Gilliam and Amy is Terry Gilliam's daughter, who also produced it. They called me and said, well, we're going to try to see if we can finish this. And I said, okay. And I didn't really, if it got done, I think it would have been cool, just because it's Heath, his last appearance on screen. And but I didn't know how they were going to do it. But Heath had some friends, that he knew very well. Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell. They all came in to help us finish, the movie for Heath.
Yeah, that's really cool that they all stepped up.
Yeah.
And wow, what an experience, really, though.
It was, coming back to it, I didn't realize how hard it was going to be, because I had worked with him and now he's not there. So, I mean, the first day back, I actually was sitting in the makeup chair and I broke down and I had to take a break and go back to the trailer. It was just, it was hard because the guy sitting next to me was his stand-in, his double now.
Mm-hmm.
And he was looking at footage of Heath in the movie, and I just glanced at it. And I'm like, wow, this is harder than I thought.
Yeah.
But I got through it, and I think it's, it turned out great. I mean,
Absolutely.
better than expected.
It's funny how those things can happen.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to thank you. Sorry, that was a lot
No,
to
it's
handle.
fine.
I'd like to thank you for coming in today and having the opportunity to sit down with us and talk about this. For all of you back home, be sure to check out Verne Troyer's website, VerneTroyer.com. It's an interactive website, right?
Yep.
They can get a hold of you on that.
Yeah,
Are you on it often?
I check it every day.
Okay.
And also I have a kind of a friendship networking thing
Yeah.
that you can link to, and it's kind of like Facebook.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, for all of you back home, be sure to check it out. Thanks for joining us, Verne.
Peace. Hey, what's up? This is Verne Troyer, and this is Spotlight Mag Dossier.